Mr. Polis, you previously supported increased setbacks for oil and gas development and a fracking ban. Now, you do not support this year's Proposition 112, which has been described as a de facto ban on energy development in Colorado. But seeing how you've been on both sides of this issue, would you be willing tonight to say that in your entire time as governor, you will never support a de facto ban on oil and gas?
I'm happy to talk about that, Kyle, because Walker Stapleton spent his whole time talking about what I don't believe.
Could you start with my question and then go to that?
I've always supported making sure that local communities have a role at the table in making decisions that affect our neighborhoods, our health and safety. I think people balance these things at the commissioner level, at the city council level. In Weld County, they might make different decisions. In Larimer County, it's very important when you incorporate any industrial activity into a residential area. It's not specific to oil and gas. It's a reason that we have zoning. It's a reason that we say where roads are and when vehicles can operate. It's very important for our quality of life in Colorado, and it's an important issue for our next governor to tackle.
But the question was, will you pledge tonight that in your entire time as governor, you will never again take the positions that you previously have on energy?
No, I've been consistent throughout my entire career. Of course I support greater setbacks, unless you have a surface use agreement where the surface owner and the community agree to have it closer. Absolutely, and that's in place in 99% of the drilling operations in Colorado. It's only when people aren't getting along that the state needs to play a role in making sure that we look out, yes, for mineral rights owners, but also for people who live on the surface.
Thank you.
From fracking to renewable energy, Mr. Polis, you're calling for 100% renewable energy by 2040. But you're not requiring 100% renewable energy by 2040. So if you're not requiring it, and the longest you can be governors through 2027, how is that nothing more than a flashy sounding empty promise?
You call it flashy sounding, I call it inspirational. I think it's what moves people to work towards a common goal. When John F. Kennedy said in 1961, we're going to get to the moon by the end of the decade, he didn't live to see it. They didn't have the technology that day. But you know what? They did it by 1969. I'm confident the innovative nature, the entrepreneurship here in Colorado, working with Excel, working with Black Hill, working with our co-ops, working with our municipal utilities like Platt. Yes, we can get there by 2040 or sooner. And you know what, Marshall? Clean energy, wind energy costs less today. Excel will tell you, as they told me, that new wind energy costs 20% less than existing coal. So unless Walker wants to subsidize fossil fuel energy, yes, we'll be there by 2040 or sooner.
So Excel and Black Hills have to be at 30% by 2020, and I believe Excel thinks they're going to be at 55% sometime if you had 2 terms as governor. So the baseline's not 0 to 100 on this. We're starting at around 50%. What's realistic? We
need to be creative. I think for passive heating, we need to look at geothermal opportunities in many parts of Colorado. Hydro should be part of reaching our 100% renewable energy. I launched my campaign in Pueblo, Colorado, because Pueblo is the first city in Colorado to have a goal of 100% renewable energy by 2030. And you know what? If Pueblo and Fort Collins and Denver and Breckenridge and over 12 cities across the state can lead the way, I think the state can bring up the rest of them along with it.
Thank you, Mr. Polis.